Good morning. Welcome back to Market Monday. Thanks for joining me today and happy Columbus Day. As you can see, this is our last 7 days. What's happening on the market, the housing market in Northwest Ohio. We have 60 new coming soon listings. So these will be coming on in the next probably 7 to 21 days as new listings and will be available for sale. That number is down a little bit this week. Which is a little disappointing, but it's okay. We also had 219 new listings last week, which that number is actually up a little bit. So 279 new homes coming on the market for our buyers. Everybody will be excited to hear that. We had 235 houses that went contingent under contract last week, 110 that moved over to pending, or were either cash deals that are going straight to closing. And we had 278 that sold and closed. So this sold number, the 278, and the coming soon and new listing number of 279 shows us that we're actually selling equal to what we're putting on the market. Over the summer, these two numbers, we were actually selling more than we were putting on the market. And then at the end of summer, very early in September, we were actually putting more houses on the market than we were selling. So this number this week is kind of equal, which is okay. We still do need houses to sell, though. We do have a very competitive market, even though it's softened a little bit. We're going to talk about that in just a second. Two places that I'd like to just talk a little bit more in depth about is Oregon and Point Place. Oregon has currently 18 new active and coming soon listings. Point Place has 27. That's a pretty good number for the Point Place area. 5 new ones last week in Oregon, 9 new ones last week in Point Place, 4 new coming soons in Oregon, no coming soons in Point Place last week, and 10 went contingent or pending in Oregon, 9 in Point Place. So those are the houses that are coming off the market, and 6 sold and closed in Oregon and 3 sold and closed in Point Place. In our region currently, this number is super exciting. 1,261 available houses and 91 houses coming soon on the market. The reason that these numbers are so exciting for us is in the late spring, early summer, well, probably all of spring, we were only running about $700 or $800 homes in our entire inventory. So we're well up over 1,300, almost 1,400 now. So those are much better numbers for our sellers and our buyers, actually. August numbers, we don't have September stats in yet, but home sales were up. The price of homes were up. The days that it took to sell a home, the days on the market were down a little bit. And then the number of new listings was actually up in August, which is when we started to see the spike, and that went into September with the more listings. So that's super exciting. We have started to see, as I mentioned, some softening in the housing market, but it's very much still a competitive marketplace. Sellers, we are still very much in need of homes to sell. The interest rates are still very low, and we still have a lot of buyers. As you'll see from this slide, though, when we talk about that softening, it's because we have less pending home sales and we have less showings. And if you look at the white line, that's a historically healthy level. You can see the ups and downs. You can see in January, February, March of 2020, the big dip. And then the huge spike in the summer of 2020, because we had basically almost non-existent sales when we had the lockdown in 2020 with the pandemic. So the sales spiked very high. We've been running at such high numbers that now that it's started to slow and go towards a healthy market, it feels like pending home sales are slowing, and they are comparatively to what we had last year. But you can see that they're still well over a very healthy mark. And the same thing with the showings. You can see the 2 red months were in 2020 when we had the lockdown, the pandemic, and then you can see everything spiked. The showing time monthly index spiked up to 200 in the summer of 2020. It then fell again over the winter, which is pretty normal that showing slow. Traditionally, we have more buyers in the spring and the summer. You can see summer of 2021 was very competitive. Our index was up to like 283.8. And so now the orange, you can see where we are starting to slow. The number of the showing time index was down to 189.4 in June. It has slowed a little bit more even since then. But again, still well above the yellow line, which is a normal, healthy marketplace. So I hope you find this information helpful. If you're a seller or a buyer, all of this should help you to make educated decisions. If you have further questions and you don't have a full-time realtor that you're already working with, please feel free to reach out. My number is 419-356-0276. I'm happy to answer questions if you're a buyer or a seller. And I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will see you back here next week. Feel free to check out my YouTube channel or my Facebook page. There's always good content on there to help you with understanding the real estate market and what's happening. So have a great week. See you next week. Bye-bye.